the nerve supply of the anterior forearm and the hand muscles. And when you're talking about the nerve supply of the anterior forearm hand muscle, there is one good thing that they have two nerves supplying. So I can do one thing. I will memorize the one of them, and the other can be simply derived. Means in the anterior forearm muscle and the hand muscles, we find that there is median and ulnar nerve supplying. So I will memorize the supply of ulnar nerve, and whatever is left will be obviously supplied by the median nerve. So you will just remember one nerve supply and the rest all supplied by other nerve. Yes. Can't understand what is happening? Let us see, then you will understand. You have to understand that anterior forearm, there are many muscles, and you will find that 1.5 muscle only are supplied by ulnar nerve. Otherwise, all the other muscles are supplied by median nerve. So you are telling in the anterior forearm, whatever muscles are there, only 1.5 muscle towards the ulnar bone, towards the ulnar nerve is supplied by ulnar nerve. Yes, only 1.5, because whatever muscles are towards that side will be median nerve. So if you know 1.5 muscle, then obviously whatever else is supplied by median nerve. Then which 1.5 muscle? Simply remember, it is flexor carpi ulnaris and the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus for these two fingers, flexing the two fingers. Oh, you are telling that ulnar nerve is supplying only 1.5 muscles in the anterior forearm, which are flexor carpus ulnaris and the medial half of flexor digitorum profundus. Yes, just remember, in the anterior forearm there are so many muscles, and I want to use this muscle, the flexor carpus ulnaris, to flex the carpus from ulnar side. That will be supplied by ulnar nerve. And also, if I want to flex these two fingers, the medial half of FDP, that is supplied by ulnar nerve. Then who will supply the radial half of the FDP? That is median nerve. Whatever left is median nerve. Oh, like that? Yes. Now, as you're talking about the hand muscles, remember, hand muscles, we have learnt already some details. If it was thenar muscle, they are supposed to be supplied by median nerve, but not necessarily, because they can be hybrid muscles also. You have seen two hybrid muscles, thenar. And if it is towards the hypothenar area, then it will be actually the ulnar nerve. Also remember that when you are talking about 12 muscles, which are actually, 8 interossei and 4 lumbricals, the 4 lumbricals itself is 2 plus 2 lumbricals. If you are talking about the 2 lumbricals towards the ulnar nerve, then it is supplied by ulnar nerve, and these 2 lumbricals will be supplied by median nerve. So these 2 lumbricals by median nerve, yes, and these 2 lumbricals by ulnar nerve, yes, like that. So you are telling there will be 2 lumbricals which are for the finger number 4, 5. Yes, if it is for finger number 4, 5, then it will be supplied by ulnar nerve. But if it is finger number 2, 3, because thumb is finger number 1, this is finger number 2, 3. If it is lumbrical for finger number 2, 3, then it is by median nerve. Yes, you mean to say lumbricals are having different nerve supply? Yes, because they came from FDP, remember? Oh, they came from FDP, yes. And FDP has double nerve supply. Yes, middle half by ulnar nerve and lateral half by median nerve. That's why median nerve laterally and ulnar nerve medially. What about the interossei? Interossei may be dorsal or palmar. All interossei are supplied by only ulnar nerve. So only ulnar nerve supply interossei? Yes, all the interossei may be dorsal interossei, palmar interossei. They are all supplied by ulnar nerve. You mean to say that way ulnar nerve is supplying so many muscles in the hand? Yes, actually, understand, most of the hand muscles are under ulnar nerve, few under the median nerve. Like which one? Like purely abductor pollicis brevis and these 2 lumbricals. In the hand, there are so many muscles, mostly ulnar nerve, but purely abductor, pollicis brevis, and the two lumbricals. Otherwise, others they have ulnar nerve. And in the forearm, it is mainly median nerve and only 1.5 muscle by ulnar nerve. You mean to say in the anterior forearm, it is majorly median nerve? Yes. And the hand, it is majorly ulnar nerve? Yes. Hand muscles, ulnar nerve, forearm muscles, the median nerve. Though 1.5 muscles by ulnar nerve, and here you can say abductor, pollicis brevis, and two lumbricals by median nerve. Otherwise, most of them ulnar nerve. Can we discuss them further? Yeah, let us do it. You will see that this is about the median nerve. And what about median nerve? It is having all the 5 root values, remember, like radial nerve. Radial nerve C5, 6, 7, 8, T1. Yes. And in the anterior compartment, except 1.5 muscles, which are flexor carpi ulnaris and the ulnar half of FDP, all was supplied by the median nerve. So, what are the muscles doing? These are flexor muscles, they flex the wrist. And what about the pronator teres? Pronator teres for pronation, pronator quadratus for pronation. So, median nerve is working for pronation by supplying pronator teres and pronator quadratus. Yes. And it will flex the rigid wrist because flexor carpi muscles. Yes. Flexor digitorum also, they flex the wrist. And flex the fingers also. Yes, of course. Okay. Then what about the hand? Hand thenar area. It is supplying the apparent pollicis partly supplied by ulnar nerve. And then it is supplying lumbrical for digit number 2, 3. This is digit number 1. Digit number 2, 3 will be supplied by the median nerve. For flexing the MCP, and extending the IP. How extend the IP? Inserting on the dorsal digital expansion, extend the IP. Okay, so flex the MCP and extend the IP, PIP, DIP. Yes, you have known that already. Okay, what about the ulnar nerve? If you want to see ulnar nerve, it is having C8T1, but it can also carry C7 additionally. So it is C7-8T1? Yes. Though we say C8T1, but it can additionally carry C7. Okay. Then what it was doing in the anterior forearm? Anterior forearm, it was supplying 1.5 muscle, not innervated by median nerve. So 1.5 muscle not innervated by median nerve, you mean to say flexor carpi ulnaris and the medial half of FDP? Yes, that is what it was supplying. And what they do? Flex the carpus and also flex the 2 finger. You mean to the finger number 4, 5? Yeah, finger number 4, 5. Okay, lumbrical for the finger number 4, 5. Lumbrical you can say, but it will be in the hand, then you say. So, hand, hypothenar muscle supplied by, ulnar nerve, ulnar bone, hypothenar. So, of course, ulnar nerve supply. Actually, most of the hand muscles supplied by ulnar nerve. All the interosseous supplied by ulnar nerve. ADD adductor, pollicis supplied by ulnar nerve. So you're telling interosseous, maybe palmar dorsal ulnar nerve? Yes. Dorsal for abduction, palmar for abduction. Dorsal for abduction, palmar for abduction. Okay. And assist the lumbrical for MCP flexion and IP extension? Yes, that's the job of these interosseous muscles. Okay, let us revise it now. And as you're revising, just remember that ADD adductor pollicis is not a thenar muscle, so it is supplied by ulnar nerve. ADD adductor pollicis, ulnar nerve. Now you go further and talk about the 2 nerves again. You have known that the medial cord of brachial plexus continue as the ulnar nerve, whereas if you're talking about the median nerve, then median nerve is formed by contribution from lateral cord as well as the medial cord. And what they will do later? Later you will see that they are coming. Ulnar nerve keep running because it is continuation of the medial cord of the brachial plexus, keep running on the medial side and supply the skin on the medial side, 1.5 fingers. Whereas if you are talking about the median nerve is in the midline and supplying skin on 3.5 fingers. Skin on 3.5 fingers anteriorly. Cutaneous supply, yes, cutaneous supply. But here we can quickly revise the motor supply also. So median and ulnar nerve, yes. First you focus upon FDP muscle. It is a hybrid muscle because if you are talking about the finger number 4, 5, then it will be supplied by the ulnar nerve. If you say finger number 2, 3, then it will be supplied by the median nerve. So FDP is a hybrid muscle. You know, the lumbricals were given by FDP muscle. Flexor digitorum profundus give the lumbrical. So the lumbricals number 4, 5 is supplied by ulnar nerve, and lumbrical number 2, 3 fingers is supplied by median nerve. Because lumbricals come from FDP, whatever the FDP is getting supply will be same supply here, and whatever FDP was getting supply there is the same supply here, because FDP give the lumbricals same supply. So you are telling that if I want to flex these fingers FDP, then it is median nerve. Yes, even the lumbricals are median nerve. And if I want to flex these fingers, then this FDP is by ulnar nerve, and even the lumbricals by ulnar nerve. Yes, that is what. Okay, fine. What else? You will see that we have to memorize the supply of ulnar nerve better, and then whatever left will be supplied by median nerve. So we have learned one thing, that flexor carpi ulnaris, one muscle, and the medial half of the FDP, 1.5 muscle. So 1.5 muscle in the anterior forearm is supplied by ulnar nerve. Otherwise, everything else supplied by median nerve. So 1.5 muscle by ulnar nerve, rest all median nerve. Yes, that we have learned. And when you're talking about the hypothenar muscle, then of course ulnar nerve. Also one subcutaneous muscle actually, which is palmaris brevis. So even palmaris brevis by ulnar nerve. And then you will see that maybe palmar interossei, maybe dorsal interossei, 4 palmar, 4 dorsal interossei, all interossei supplied by ulnar nerve. And then you have learned that ADD adductor pollicis is not a thenar muscle. It is supplied by ulnar nerve. So like that, you just manage that whoever is supplied by ulnar nerve, just remember that, because whatever is left now will be obviously supplied by C. If you know all the muscles supplied by ulnar nerve, then whatever left, whatever is all supplied by median nerve. So you don't need to bother remembering names under the median nerve. Then it is D, you know, your memory is burden, so you want to just lessen the burden. There are tricks to do that. What tricks? Where do I use such tricks? In questions like these. What is this question? What is it asking? I think it is asking dual supply means some hybrid muscle. Yes, hybrid muscle. Tell me what is the answer. I think you are talking about FDP. Yes, FDP, because if it is medial half, then ulnar nerve. If it is lateral half, then median nerve. Otherwise, remember, maybe interossei, all interossei. Maybe it is a palmaris brevis, the subcutaneous muscle, or maybe it is a flexor carpi ulnaris. They have only one nerve, and that is the ulnar nerve. So it is only ulnar nerve, but this one is ulnar nerve plus the median nerve. So it is a hybrid muscle basically. That is the answer. Once you have told that, let us look at the cutaneous innervation. You told something about cutaneous innervation. Yes, I told you. You can see that yourself also. When you talk about cutaneous supply, you will find that the median nerve is supplying 3.5 fingers anteriorly. Not only anteriorly, but also 3.5 finger posteriorly, the nail beds. So median nerve is supplying anteriorly and also going posteriorly to supply the nail bed. Yes. And what about the dorsum of the hand? Then the rest of the 3.5 finger. Dorsum of the hand, rest of the 3.5 finger is radial nerve. Actually, radial nerve will supply the dorsum of the hand and 3.5 finger, but minus the nail bed, because nail bed is already supplied by median nerve. Then who is supplying the 1.5 finger anterior posterior? Maybe it is 1.5 finger anterior or posterior. It will be supplied by ulnar nerve, including nail beds also. So anterior posterior both ulnar nerve? Yes. Okay.